Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to BFNations. So, today's match will be seeing a PC side North American Division 1 match between the automatic Mustangs going against E5. And yeah, let's just start off by taking a look into how the teams are placed currently at the divisions. So, Automatic Mustangs at the moment standing on 4th position with 10 points total. And they are technically tied with points against Storm Tiger team, but I think they've lost against Storm Tiger team, so that's why they are below them on the scoreboard itself. And E5, on the other hand, is currently 5th placed with 9 points. And yeah, that's pretty much the standings at the moment. And these teams definitely are out of the reach of reaching the top 1 spot at this point anymore, but maybe it is possible for them to reach the 2nd or 3rd spot out of the whole divisions. Well, if we completely calculate all the options out of the possible outcomes, Automatic Mustangs has the chance to be point-wise tied for 1st place, but they have lost the games against Nisant and who did they lose again? I forgot completely, but pretty much the situation is so that they're not really able to stop 1 spot. Yeah, I think they lost against 0-Day eSports early seasons. So they don't have the tiebreak on their advantage at that specific situation. But yeah, you of course have the option to bet on your battle coins for the team that you think is going to be here tonight. And the command for that one is again exclamation mark bet, the clan tag of your team, and battle coins you'll be betting on. And the clan tags you can actually see on the screen. For Mustangs is Tang, and for E5 it's TBD. Or you can of course be betting on draw if you think that's going to be happening. And I've got to thank for Snipe ESF Gaming for following the channel. Yeah, thanks for joining in tonight's stream. At the moment we're waiting for one last player to join into the server and we can start off with the match itself. And well, we can be starting a bit with the players who are actually playing. So for Automatic Mustangs we have Kristen Winnie, Snapplefish, Fancy Dandy Horse, Mr. Kaiser and Kirk Gone Wild. And for the E5 size we have Zero Key, eSports Ready, Shiraga. I'm butchering these names, of course. Shiraga, and Iki, and Spence. So those are the lineups for this match. And yeah, pretty much all of the players are on the server. And yes, we just started to load into the first map, which will be Giant Shadow Redux / Incursions. Snipe's money is on E5. I wonder if ESF is the team that you're rooting for. Well, at least your name seems to be giving it a bit away there, but yes, surprised by your choice. Right. It seems like the load into the game has gone so good so far. Let's see if we'll actually get to the actual game itself. It tends to go sometimes not too well with these private matches. It sometimes does back out with the start of it. So I just want to confirm that the match will be actually starting before I switch the screen. But we are on the draft progress in the moment, so just waiting for a few minutes here and the round should be starting up. Right, again, since this is a PC match, I'm not able to listen to the gameplay audio myself. Myself. So if you think the gameplay audio is too quiet or too loud compared to me speaking, then let me know in the chat and I'll be adjusting it accordingly. Yeah, this match has started indeed. Here we have Automatic Mustangs playing on the blue side and E5 on the red.
We gotta capture that objective!
Mustangs is the first team to start to capture the ball. They only have 2 players in, and they're about to be challenged by E5, although it seems like they backed out a bit. Definitely have the manpower to push in, or if they're just waiting for the correct situation to do so, but it seems like Kaiser is definitely making that not to be the case. Just 2 3-piece there for himself, and definitely gave enough time for the rest of the team to capture the point and start to earn some more tickets from the point itself.
We have taken objective butter.
eSports ready here as the first one to get on the flag and managed to do some harassments against the Mustangs players on the house, and due to it they managed to clear the whole sector, or the flag area itself, trying to get the point ticking for their side. At this point we might be taking a bit of a look at how the kits have been chosen. So Automatic Mustangs rocking with mortar support, shock assault, battle mechanic, raid leader and trench surgeon. Definitely the most used classes here, nothing too interesting as a choice, and it is the identical choices here on the E5 side, so both teams definitely rocking the classes that tend to be the best ones to use, especially on ChaosZake. Spence trying to do damage to an enemy a bit too far of a range for rigmaroles if you're using the pipe out on it, so he decides to back out from that gun. Interesting to see Winnie not playing the tanker this time, although I don't think he actually is the main tanker on his team. I guess for the last weekend he was playing the tanker for his team and did a decent job on it. Not tonight. Tanks. Mustangs tank is a bit of a trouble there. I think he manages to repair it though. Almost lost it. And at the same time, E5 is about to get their attack back to the game, so we'll see if that will be helping them get the point for themselves. Yeah, game tied at the moment, 1-all.
First aid for you.
E5 definitely seems to be looking for where they might be trying to go in. Bit of a waiting too much for my liking, but they definitely are regrouping and communicating on how they should be approaching this point. Isa here working on another flank with his bar. See if he'll be getting 3 kills this time. Going for the same roof too. Well, he fails to jump, but was going for the same roof that he got the original streak. Gets taken out by Iggy.
Want me to patch you up?
There we go. Cherokee definitely pushing in as the tanker, as the first E5 player on that flag. And the flag is burning away from the possessor. It's an interesting place for Spence to try to get some shots on. I wonder if we saw that wall tear correctly here on spectator mode, or are you actually able to shoot those planks in there? I assume that we just see it differently here on spectator mode. Be mistaken. Definitely would be a cheeky spot to try to get some kills through the wall.
We have lost objective button.
Nice kill by Horse here while retreating from the flag, and it seems like, yeah, push from E5's side to the flag was effective and they're about to get some tickets out of it, but at the same time Mustangs is only 1 ticket away from getting a point, so we'll see. Yes, there we go. Kurt Gunwall gets the last kill for the second point on Spence. Yeah, now they definitely have already regrouped back for their push for the flag, and see how easy they might be taking it away from E5. seems like I totally missed when Mustangs managed to get rid of... Oh, actually no, he was just repairing the tank. Just didn't see it there, but yeah, the tank is still on play for E5 and he was just repairing. It seems like E5 is going for a quite aggressive defensive line. We'll see if they'll be able to even capture A, or are they trying to do a bit of a spawn trap? Might be so that they're only pushing Cherokee out there to do some distraction on the A flag, and yeah, definitely helping them out. Will it be a lot easier for them to defend B if they have another enemy there pushing, or if their team member pushing A flag, which Mustangs of course needs to first secure A for the position before they even can push B. But it seems like Cherokee decides that that was enough of a distraction. It might be time for him to repair his tank. Go. Mustangs has their tank again on the play, and yes, Horus went to get it straight away. But at the same time, E5 is in the lead with 1 point. Seems to be going quite evenly so far, at least. When he was caught there a bit from an unexpected angle there. Even though he went for a repositioning and lay down in the ground, it didn't quite work out. Guys are here now again on his favorite roof, and was about to get 2 kills, but didn't take a shot there. And now he gets some kill on Iggy and gets taken out by Spen straight away. The Mustang's tank has pushed to the actual flag capture area, though they are retreating when Cherokee decides to make some shots on it. Though we have Snapplefish with the other pushing Cherokee, or trying to push Cherokee out of the flag area. It was effective to push him out of the flag itself, the capture area, but you usually want to try to push the tank as far as you can. So they don't definitely give enough room for Mustangs to actually push to the flag. E5 definitely looking strong on the first half of this map. They are 2 points in the lead and about to get the 3rd point, so definitely looking strong at the moment. Both of the tank realized that they weren't quite in the position to take each other out, so both went for repairs there. That's the first half. 5-2 for E5. It definitely seems like the kills went for E5 side too, so that's definitely helping them gaining those tickets and gaining the points this game mode. And that's interesting that not a single revive for Mustangs. So their trench surgeon definitely should be paying a bit more attention to his placement and try to get his teammates back to the game. reviving them, since that is definitely something to be doing correctly in order to keep your guys pushing. And at the moment you have about 4 minutes to bet on the team that you think is going to be winning here. So 4 minutes to bet, and this will be the final call, so if you missed it, you can only blame yourself. Bad luck, yes, the correct order for that would be bet, clan tag, the amount of battle coins you'll be betting. So only one of the Mustangs player pushing into the flag itself start, and seems like there's definitely 3 of E5 players against him, so they're definitely pushing the flag on their possession and starting to gain some tickets out. Oh yes, E5's clan tag is TBD, not E5. Determined. Wonder if that's like their placeholder tag, or if they're actually going to be using that all the way through. So Mustang's definitely not finding a spot where they could be actually pushing it at the flag itself. And yeah, the possession of the flag stays for 5. Well, they seem to have made enough an opening on the other side, and see Spence rotating to cover up that side of the map and making a kill against Kaiser. Oh, that was not a long range kill by Spence.
Hold that objective.
When you hear actually capturing the flag, indeed, and gets scared by the mortar smoke ammunition there landing right next to his face. Luckily it was only smoke, and didn't take any damage. Oh, that was nice. Double kill by eSports, ready. Gets taken out by a curb gun, wow, but those were definitely some good reactions by eSports, ready there. And Mustangs again needs to be regrouping and figuring out how they're pushing it to the flag, although at the moment there's not really any E5 players on the flag area itself. It seems like, well, they are being contested by the Cherokee, but he actually drove away from the flag area too to assume to repair his tank, so yes, that's the case. Oh, and gets taken out by Snapplefish with water. So that tank is out, and now is Mustang's opportunity to gain the flag possession and hold on to it. Seems like we have a bit of a graphical glitch here around, but at least we still see the players alright. yeah, now it's the Mustangs' opportunity to gain some points out of it, so E5 is at the moment in a situation where they only need 2 tickets or 1 ticket to get their 7th point and guarantee a draw. There it is, 7th point for them. They are already guaranteed a draw out of the first map, so... But at the same time, they are definitely going strong and getting the flag back to their possession, so... Wouldn't be surprised if the game would be ending 8-2. The guys are here looking for enemies to kill with his bars, and definitely, well, he misses all the bullets there and loses against Shira. So now it's definitely the last time for Mustangs to realize how they'll be making their push. Kirk, there as the squad leader, is trying to get the squad spawns in. At the same time, yeah, there we go, they're out of time, so... Bit of a better clock management at the end of there could have maybe turned the tide, but at the same time it was quite late already, so... Definitely strong performance for E5's side. Interesting to see if they are able to keep the momentum going for the next map, which will be Sinai Desert. And yeah, Mustangs managed to get 3 revives in during the second half, and so did actually E5. So quite equal on that on the second half. And the kills seem to be going pretty much the same as the first half was going, so E5 is winning the gunfights overall and reviving technically more of their players and holding the flag, so that is definitely the way how you win these in this specific Giant Shadow Incursions game mode. But the next map that we'll be seeing is Sinai Desert, and it's a bit different story there, since you only get tickets from actually holding the flag. And that tends to be the map that usually seems to be more equal from both of the teams, even though the Giant Shadow might be a bit of a overrun. So, interesting to see how that map will play. Yeah, I'll be back with the second map in a few minutes, so I'll be playing some music throughout the loading screens and shots, so yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Open your eyes and see the people.
there we go. So second map is about to be starting, and yeah, we have again Mustangs playing on the blue side and E5 on the red. Looking at the kits, so both of the teams chose to be using the raid leader class, which on the Sinai Desert, I personally would say that the control leader could be more viable. Both of the teams chose to be going with the raid leader, so interesting, but not completely unexpected. But yeah, that's just my personal. So if you think I'm wrong, then definitely let me know about that in the chat. Yeah, eSports ready here, going to challenge the tank here. Quite early, gets 1 kill at least on the infantry players, but manages to push the tank a bit away from the Overwatch position. E5 with the possession of the flag, so they are definitely looking strong at the start of the second map.
I need ammo.
Didn't quite manage to land the rest of the shots on their spins, but did at least weaken the enemy for his teammates. And now it seems like E5 is in the situation where we might be seeing a bit of a spawn trap. The first sector here on Sinai definitely is the one that we're usually when we see spawn trapping on Sinai, it is on the first sector. So this tends to be the sector where it's easiest to do against the enemy team from both of the sides, so it doesn't really which shot you're playing, it's still doable. E5, I think, is technically a derivative team from ESF, and I'm not too sure if that's the correct way to call them at this specific day, but I think the team is based on ESF previous teammates or teams. But, that's at least, according to my understanding, who E5 is. And for some reason they have chosen to use TBD as their clan tag. Yeah, the first sector went quite easily for E5, and they pretty much held it all the way through. Managed to do that spawn trap there, and it was pretty easy from there on out when you can do the spawn trap effectively. Second sector should be a bit different kind of a situation, since there's definitely a lot of different more routes here. Mustangs actually can be flanking, trying to get to the point itself. So
Return to the combat area.
as I've kind of predicted here, that the second and third sector will most likely be more interesting gameplay than the first one might have been. Kaiser didn't choose to challenge the tank, but he is placing some mines, so we'll see if... Oh, Cherokee just misses the mine by a bit. He did spot it, so no kill with a mine there, but for Kaiser. But it was close. Spence is trying to get some kills behind the enemy lines, but he was spotted and get taken out. And now we first time see Mustangs with the possession of the flag, and they are about to get some tickets out. Now we see how well E5 have practiced their ways on pushing the sector on Sinai. Seems like we have Shira here working out with his motor kit, pushing out the enemy tank away from the objective and letting their own tank to push in. So definitely seems to be a good tactic to use to kind of free your tank to be focusing on the enemy infantry instead of the enemy tank. So And now when the tank has been weakened a bit, now it could be opportunity for Cherokee to actually go and take out the whole tank, but he chose just to retreat out of this camp combat and prepare his own tank, so definitely saw the situation that is not the risk that he'll be taking. Yeah, the Mustangs have lost the flag and are in the lead with 6 tickets, so they definitely have the time to get it back, or make about 3 or even 4 pushes into the flag all the way down, but see if they'll be able to do it. Kaiser here starting off with the push. 2 kills already for him. Interesting place to place the mine on. I wonder if that mine will be getting any kills for him. So Kirk and Snapple manages to kill the enemy infantry players pushing in. It seems like all of the tanks have been repaired, so up to the fight again. Although Cherokee, I think he was shot with a few grenades there, so he needs to be going repair again. And I don't know if Horsey knows here, but he definitely has the chance now to push to the flag, but he decides to play it safe and keep the tanks safe in the trees. The tickets are tied. Spence here getting at least 1 kill on the flank. About to get the second one? Yes. So now it's definitely looking strong for E5. They are capturing the flag and want to get away from getting the second point. Yeah, definitely Mustangs is now out of the time to get the point anymore this sector, so we are moving to the third one. Yes, the match here is indeed on PC today. I don't know if you can read it, the text is actually quite small. If you will be using your magnifying glass, on the top right corner you actually can see the platform playing on. But yes, indeed, this match is on PC. To comment about that the Xbox and PC would be playing it against each other. Well, of course it would be interesting in some kind of games, but I don't know if that would be so good of an idea in a competitive situation, since, well, majority of the Xbox players would be using the controller, and you could argue the differences and competitive advantage you might be getting keyboard and mouse compared to controllers, so I wonder if they would be able to play against each other. I wonder if we would be looking into any of those matches, but of course it could be interesting. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to see the difference with those two different ways to control your character. But Mustangs here with the possession of the flag almost, and only eSports ready here, trying to prevent that happening. But he's not able to do that by himself. Yeah, we have again Mustangs with the possession of the flag. starting to gain some tickets out.
Objective Charlie.
Oh, Kamaka is in the chat. How did your match end? Has it ended yet? Did you win? But it seemed like E5 definitely got the flag possession relatively easy there, so only 4 tickets for Mustangs, and they might be getting a bit of a spawn trap, not necessarily a complete trap. They're in the situation that they are definitely being pushed back to their spawn
We have taken objective
by
Charlie.
eSports already here, at least with 1 kill. So it seems like Mustangs has managed to do a dent on the E5 some defensive lines, and now we are seeing they're pushing to the flag, accompanied by smoke. We'll see if they'll be able to make it all the way through. At least we have Iggy here with the correct spot and managed to get the kill, and it seems like Kaiser is alone here. Seems like they don't know where he is, but he's not actually on the flag itself yet. He's alone there, and he desperately, the team is running out of time, so gets the kill, and now his possession is being given away and gets taken. Sports ready. And it seems like at this point Mustangs is definitely out of time, and they don't have the time to wait around like Kristen Winnie here is, but now he is making the push, and they definitely need to run for the point if they want to get it, but no, it seems like they decide to not do it, so
You got damage? I'll fix you up.
1 ticket away from getting to 3rd point, and they'll be getting that 1 ticket in seconds. Oh yeah, Kamaka, I meant the game between Apex Predators going against Point Cap, but I guess they just started that match. If ESN match just ended them, so yeah. Yeah, the first half of the Sinai Desert, 3-0 for E5, and they are definitely looking strong. And the kill death ratio, at least on Mustang's side, definitely is worse than it was on Giant's Shadow. More revives for them, though. At least some stats have increased. So at this point I could be probably taking a look at how the betting actually went. So 50% of the bets went for E5, and the last 50% for the bets went for a draw. So both of those are definitely still possible, but if Mustangs is going to be pushing this game into a draw, then they would need to be winning the next 5 sectors. And if they would be winning the next 3 sectors, they would be pushing the game into an overtime, and on overtime they would be needing to win the last 2 tiebreaker rounds, and we'll see if they'll be up for the task, but definitely a mountain to climb over. And this is interesting to see so many infantry players from Mustang's side of the Overwatch. Seems like they might have expected the E5's tank to be there, but they realized that he is not there, and they are definitely in trouble on the flag. So he wins the 1v1 with his pistol. Though he is being chased by Iggy.
I can help you.
Revives his teammate, so yes, Mr. Kaiser is down the Overwatch. So can we see Mustangs in the situation that they're in a bit of a spawn trap? And time is definitely running out here.
They don't like us. Give us a hand.
eSports ready trying to get some long-range kill with his bar and manages to take down Winnie. It's actually 3 kills on the kill feed in a row by eSports ready, and just keeps going. Yes, so at this point it definitely seems like the match is over. E5's defensive line and the spawn trap is effective, and Mustangs is definitely out of time now, and the match seems to be looking to be 2-0. Although I might have spoken a bit too soon, but we'll see. That would be actually the best way how this match actually could be ending. I'm already saying that the match ended, but it seems like Mustangs has... If they have a say on it, then Commentator, you can go to hell. Yes, they are gaining the flag, and they are... Well, let's see. Starting to lose it, though, straight away. ChaosZake does know that there are mines around. Didn't drive into that one. Gets Horus out of the game, so now it's definitely looking strong again for E5, and there we go. So Mustangs definitely nice try for the last push, but they were just prolonging the inevitable. And E5 takes the win out of this match with this clear score of 2-0. So I'll be taking a look into if we'll be having any post-game interviews, but yes, this is pretty much the match itself. Just open the scoreboard here for you to see. So eSports ready, quite nice, 32 kills with his bar. And 24 by Spence with his Reaper rolls. So E5 definitely took the bet, and 50% of the bettors correct. So, yeah, I'll be looking into the situation if we'll be having any post-game interviews. I think we won't be having anyone from the Mustangs side, but I'm still not too sure if we have anyone from E5, so yeah, I'll be looking into that situation, and I'll let you listen to some tunes while we're waiting for that. Back in a minute.
Stay with me and
Alright. We are back with the post-game interview, and today we have here joined Chrispy slash Iggy from the E5 side, so welcome.
Hi,
So,
thanks for having us.
first of all, what are your thoughts about the match that we just saw, in general?
I felt like, we were eSports ready, so to speak. We played well. I think we probably could have a little bit better, but fortunately, it was enough to come out on top against the other team. So, yeah, felt good. We won.
Yeah, so definitely seemed like your team definitely was deserving the win out of this specific match. Pretty much, you only lost the possession of the flag twice, I think, on Giant Shadow. And I think it was also only 3 times or so during the Sinai Desert. So out of those two maps, what do you think is the was the strongest one for your team? And did it play any role today?
Honestly, I think we did perform better on Sinai, to be honest. But generally, we don't play up to our expectations on either map. So, like, like Giants is a map we often have trouble with. So it's Sinai. But, I think it was whatever we played today was enough to beat the other team. That was good, I guess.
Indeed. Yeah, from our point of view, it definitely seemed like you were definitely good on the defensive side. At least, well, on Giant Shadow, it took a bit of warming up for you to find those defensive lines, and you were changing it a bit. So you started off kind of like defending behind the flag, and when the match moved on, then you actually tried to go on to the second flag even, and then it just went to the normal kind of a spawn trappy kind of situation, just looking out for those flanks. So definitely I at least from my point of view, it seems like your team is definitely changing a bit around how you're actually defend the flag during the match itself. So do you actually use any callouts for these, or is that something that you've naturally built up for your team?
I mean, I think all the teams do use callouts. They're built into the game, which is kind of nice. I think it was less about anything we were intending to do when we're kind of like stuck outside the flag, than us not really being able to make picks to get in the burn area. They were pretty good about controlling B house, and we had trouble getting onto burn to hold it. So eventually, I think we cleared them out and moved up a little bit just to flirt a little bit, put some pressure on, and then we just kind of reverted to just holding the flag. But it was largely to their credit, honestly, than anything we were planning. And we didn't really get to clear the actual burnout on Giants.
Indeed. So, next weekend, I think your team will be facing off against Storm Tiger team. So, any specific thoughts or how you'll be preparing for that match, or what are you waiting for? Have you thought about that match yet?
I mean, we've been scrimming against every team in the league so far. We've unfortunately lost the first 2 matches in the tournament, and we just started playing the game. Unfortunately, we're up against the top 2 teams, Zero Day Esports and Omniscient, who will most likely finish top. And I don't know how you guys are going to determine who's going to be number 1 there, but. So this was actually our 3rd match that we actually got to play. The last one, we're obviously going to be going for the win there. Well, so to speak, we'll try to be as esports ready as we can be. Storm Tiger teams actually, they got some strong players from Battlefield 4. I think they're struggling a little bit with the latency issues and the lack of Brazilian servers or servers closer to their region. But we'll be giving them everything we got, and hopefully we'll beat them. And then finish where we can on the table.
Indeed, so latency will definitely be a somewhat of an issue for that match, but hopefully we'll be seeing a decent performance out of the DICE's server that time. Yeah,
Well, I hope so.
yeah. So a bit about the situation, how the division at the moment standing is. So 0 Day Esports and Omniscient are actually on the tied one spot, yes, at the world out.
Mhm.
And 0 Day Esports, I think they'll be getting a free win next weekend, so it's really up to Omniscient if they'll be winning their match against Automatic Mustangs, I think. Yes, they'll be playing
Yeah.
against Automatic Mustangs next
Yeah.
weekend, and it's up to them.
They'll probably win. I think so. I mean, Mustang's a good team, but Omniscient is just a very strong team, and we're fully expecting Omniscient to come out on top against Mustangs and tie for first. At least based on what we see, like we scrim all of these teams. We scrim everyone we can. Based on what we can see, like I'm pretty sure Omniscient will be coming out on top, and they'll probably be tied first.
Indeed. So the situation there is pretty much that if Omniscient wins the match against Mustangs, then we're looking into the draw situation for the top one spot. But if they happen to be losing that match, or even if they draw it, then I think E5 is actually in the possession of maybe taking this Division 2 spot. But I'm not too sure if I don't think they have quite the points to reach number 1, unfortunately. But
yeah,
pretty much the situation there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would be nice to get the second of our own performance, but if Omniscient drops the ball, we'll take a second.
It's definitely not a bad place to end at. So,
No, I guess not.
Yeah, so we're pretty much done with the interview, and at the end of these, we usually give the free word for the person we're interviewing. So, if you have anything you want to say for the audience or anything, then go ahead. The stage is yours.
Should I come put on a bit of a spot here? But
you don't need to say anything if you don't want.
Just eSports ready is our motto. So eSports ready, and I guess thanks for having us, and thanks for watching.
Indeed. So thanks for coming into the interview here, Iggy, and yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing your team participating in the upcoming seasons of Incursions, if that will be happening, and hopefully the outcomes of the matches will be a bit more on your side that time around.
Hope so. Thank you.
Hope so, indeed. Yeah, that's pretty much the stream for today and for this weekend, so thanks for all joining in, and the next stream that will be happening is tomorrow, but it's not Division stream. It's actually, we're back to a nation event, so we have a United States ambassador event happening tomorrow, so stay tuned for that if you're interested to look into a bit more of a chilled stream compared to these competitive matches. So that's pretty much it. My name was ChaosZake, and thanks for all joining in, and we'll be catching you later.
Bye.